I'm really honored to introduce these three people in today's panel, all from totally different career paths that they have chosen, and all wonderful, really wonderful, and I would say achieved a lot in a very short period of time. All of them have achieved, and I think a great inspiration to all young optometrists. I will start with Sachin Gupta. He is an American board certified ocularist and anaplastologist, if I pronounced it right, and practicing in New Delhi, India since 2006. He did his fellowship on the same from Medical Art Resources, Chicago, and also an optometry fellowship from LVP. He has experience of serving more than 8,500 ocular processes as well as orbital processes also, which is really great. Has presented in numerous conferences and ophthalmic, plastic and ocularistry conferences. And at present, he's the Secretary of Ocularist Society of India and a teaching faculty at LVP Hyderabad. He's also the founder of National Artificial Eye Services India, which provides resources related to oculistry. So welcome, Sachin, and thanks for accepting to be here in this panel.
Thank you.
Chirag Gajjar is the next person. He completed his master's in optometry from Nagar School of Optometry. After completing post-graduation, he started an optical retail, Vishwakarma Vision Care in Ahmedabad. And, suddenly he kind of realized that his heart is more in art and design. So he went to Italy to do a course on this, eyewear design. And currently he's a private practitioner as an optometrist and also does freelance work on eyewear design. So I think that's a first, Chirag. I think you're the first person in India to do that. As far as I know, I don't know whether there are more people, but I think as an optometrist, I think that's the first. So congratulations, Chirag.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And thank you for being here as well. The next person is Mohan Venkateshan. Mohan, I think I kind of knew ever since his internship days when I used to speak to Dr. Krishna Kumar and Anuradha. So they always said there's this young, very, great achiever who's there in one of the batches. So I've been hearing about him. His current designation is the director of CSI Private Limited. It's a company. He developed the Dalton's pseudo-isochromatic plates, and they've also been studied and found to be as effective as the Ishihara color vision plates that we have. And he also supports people with color blindness, has around 7 patents and 2 publications for himself. He received the innovation grant for developing portable medical devices from Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, which is from the Government of India actually, and currently developing portable ophthalmic devices under his company's name. So welcome, Mohan. Absolutely a pleasure. And as I said, an honor to introduce all of you, and thanks for accepting OCI's invitation to being here. I'm sure this is going to be a great session. Over to you, Nilesh.
Wow. I was just listening to this. It is quite overwhelming, Lakshmi. Do I qualify to moderate this session, or do we have some youngsters?
Some other big person come and do it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we need some youngster to do that now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, apna time ho gaya, inka time aa gaya.
Seriously. Yeah, and, so, great to see such work in optometrics. Seriously.
No, and after all that wonderful introduction, and you just enlisted their achievements and what they have done in the field. I can't add anything. I just thought of one simple analogy which I can share with you. I think Sachin is our Indian Michelangelo. He's more like a sculptor. He's making some beautiful artificial eyes and things like that. Chirag Gajjar is our own Picasso. He's more like a painter, and designer. And Mohan is our maybe Leonardo da Vinci, because he has the science and art, a combination of both more than the others. So this is the only way I can put it across now. So these are our artists. These are the artists in optometry. And apart from doing the routine clinical work, they have also carved out their own niche. And they're doing some wonderful things which are related to optometry. So it's not that they're artists and they're doing things outside the eye care domain. They're artists within the eye care domain, and that is what makes them extremely special. And I think that's what we are going to discuss with them in this entire session. So if I were an intern or a young optometrist, I would have been extremely keen to listen to these guys. Now, after 25 years of work in the field, I'm still equally excited to listen to these guys. So I just hope that all those who are listening to these gentlemen would learn something new, would get inspired, would kind of awaken the artist in them and try to do different things in optometry. So guys, listen to this carefully. If you have any questions or any comment, please feel free to post on the Facebook, and we'll take as many questions and comment as possible. So let's get started, guys. Simple thing as usual. I think we would like to learn a little bit more about your journey and what you're doing currently. So, your background and what do you do currently in your role, and how does your typical day go? This is what a very open question, and maybe Sachin being probably the senior most here, maybe you can start, Sachin, and then I'll move across to Chirag and then Mohan. And Sachin, you.
Yeah. Good afternoon to the all viewers. And first, I would like to thank OCI for this opportunity. As I mentioned that I'm an ocularist, so my practice is I treat disfigured eyes. So usually we have appointments for patients who need artificial eye. So the day begins with their examination. We listen to them very carefully because the people who needs artificial eye, many times they comes with different emotions, and
Yes.
many of them are like little depressed. So we listen them very carefully. We take very detailed history. We understand what they need, what they want, and then we counsel them what we can do for them and what they can expect from my work. And once they are satisfied, we start the work with taking impression of the patient's eye. And we take the impression, we carve the model in front of the patient, we try in patient's eye, and then we prepare an artificial eye, we color it to match the fellow eye. We see it in the daylight, in indoor lights, and then after lamination and polishing, we dispense it to the patient. We counsel them like what to do and what not to do, like in do's and don'ts about the artificial eye. So this is my typical day. So I start with the morning around 10:30, see patients, take impressions, and in second half of my day, I do the coloring part and lamination and dispensing. So this is my typical day which I spend.
So Sachin, you do everything on your own, right? From counseling to measurements and actual working on.
We have 3 helps with me.
Okay.
So they take care of the lab part. I take care of the clinical part. So
Achha.
whatever we are doing with the patient, that is done by me. But
Okay.
definitely there are a lot of work which is done by me. Like I take impression myself, and I'm painting the prosthetic eye in front of the patient, and that is done by myself.
Wow.
And we have a checklist, like before dispensing to the patient, there are a lot of parameters we check. So I check personally, and then we dispense it. So 50% work is done by me, 50% work is done by my help.
So दिन भर यही mainly आपका काम है. You spend all of your time doing this only.
Yes.
No other routine optometry work जैसे हम लोग करते हैं, refraction वगैरह उसमें time ही नहीं मिलता.
नहीं, अभी मैं optometry work नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, unfortunately, because of the time. I don't get time to do refraction. So usually the patients who comes to me, they are referred patients. They usually come from hospitals. So usually their workup is done, their clinical examination is already done for the natural eye. Mm-hmm. And if it is not done, if I have seen the patient first, so I ask them to go to the optometrist or to the ophthalmologist for routine eye examination of the fellow eye, mm-hmm. which is a seeing eye. So I'm not able to do optometry work, but time का थोड़ा सा है, but optometry तो बहुत important है. Because of being an optometrist, there are a lot of things which I'm doing. I'm doing a clinical examination of the patient. I'm not doing optical part, but other parts I'm doing.
Wonderful. So,
don't say unfortunately, yeah, because it is fortunate that you have branched out.
I know, yeah, and there are, see, to do routine optometry work, we have a lot of people, but to do this specialized work, we have few people. So I think you are doing great service to the patients who need that. My question was, are you sitting in your clinic right now, or where are you right now?
Yes, I'm in my clinic.
So is it possible for you to give a quick tour to those who are listening to you and looking
Definitely,
at
I love to do that. So I'll show you the samples first. What I
you?
do, I
Uh-huh.
make artificial eyes. If you can see this, so
Because,
these are the one which I paint according to the patient's eye.
wow.
So these all are custom made. So you can see these are in different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So we paint according to the other
Yes.
eye. Like patients who comes from North India, like North Punjab, Kashmir, and Himachal, they usually comes with lighter eyes,
Lighter
like
eyes,
greenish
right?
eyes or hazel eyes. And the patients who are from little hotter areas like South India, we have a very dark brownish eye. So we design it according to the patient's requirement and other colors. So we get a lot of shades in the processes. So it's good, like in custom we can paint.
I know. Yeah.
And we have orbital processes also. So this
Wow.
is now quite common after the COVID, because in COVID there are a lot of patients who suffered with the mucormycosis, and
Mm-hmm.
in that the surgeon has to remove the affected part to save the
Yeah.
life of the patient.
Right.
But the worst thing is, to save the life, they lost the facial part, and we have to replace it so that they can go back to the society. They can meet people. So
Correct.
we make such type of processes,
Wow.
so which takes around 4 to 5 days to make. And I'll be showing my lab, like what I do and how is the setup. So okay, so this is my clinical area where I sit, and we have a patient's chair there, and this is for attenders. So here we have a window. So what we usually do when we are painting, the patient is sitting against the window. So what happens? The direct daylight falls over the patient's face. So when
Mm-hmm.
we are matching, the light is very important. And even if you see the lights here, we have a mix and match of light, 3 white lights and one yellow light.
Right.
So in evening or in winter's time, we can have a daylight stimulation here. So this is my painting area where I paint. Here you see we have another like good sunlight exposure here.
Yeah.
And these are the paints which I use. You can see a lot of pieces over there, prostheses and irises, which we make. So we have a magnifier lamps when we are painting iris. So we need to
Awesome.
magnify, and then a lot of things here. So I'll take you to the lab now. This is my uh, little gallery here. So all my certificates are here.
Wow.
All my certificates are here.
Hall of Fame. Wall of Fame.
Yeah. So this is my lab. This is where I polish the processes. We have 3 machines here for polishing. When we are polishing the processes, it should be optical grade shining, so that because it's going inside the eye, it should be very smooth. Patient should not have GPC and other things.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the other workstation where we keep the molds. These are the instruments which we have, and different types of acrylics. And these are few
Amazing.
machines here. And then we have few machines in the store or at the area where we have a better ventilation, because we have to boil the eye. And these are other
Wonderful.
workstations where we have to polish, and then we have to polish the back surface. So other different instruments for polishing.
Wow.
We use ultrasonic cleaners, so we can clean it before giving to the patient.
Yeah.
And we have a waiting area here.
Ooh.
So these are my helps. Just say hi. These are my helps.
Awesome.
So this is the clinic setup which I have. So we have divided our clinic in 3 parts. One is waiting area, one is lab, and one is clinical area. So
Lovely.
this is typically
Yeah. Thanks,
works
Sachin.
for us.
This is really fascinating, and we are very thankful that you are actually taking us, through your clinic, and you're showing everything transparently. And one more thing I noticed is, though it is art, there is so much of science behind it, like lighting and
Yes.
the clinical information and things like that. So thanks. That's awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm probably move across to Mohan first, and then I'll come to you, Chirag. Mohan, same question. So typically, how does your day go? And if you also have certain things to show us, we would be happy to see.
So we are into research and development for medical devices, particularly. So medical devices in the sense it includes ophthalmic instruments as well as other parts of medical areas. We also moved on to cardiac based instruments, instruments which are related to dermatology, and also with the ophthalmic instruments. So typical day goes like this. So we have, it goes on project basis. So we sit as a team. So we have a wonderful engineering team with us. So we sit as a team, we identify the challenges what the market faces, and we make sure we make a product ready according to the challenges that the consumers face. So typically right now we are dealing with a lot of companies. So also B2B, business to business. Yeah, company where we develop the technologies for them in our in-house lab. We have a laboratory in Madurai. So we develop the products, we prototype, and what we do is we license the technology to the other companies who are in need of it, and they commercialize it. So that is one part of it, and a lot of work is happening in the back end. So we are not a consumer-facing company as far as now, but we will be very excited to join the forum very soon because we are currently developing 2 of the consumer products which are getting launched ready, and probably soon you could see a few of the products which are commercially available.
Amazing. So that really sounds so good, entrepreneur in our own field.
Most of I could say like I became an engineer, opto engineer, optometry and engineer collaboration.
Yeah, that's why you are a Da Vinci.
Hey, Mohan, can you show the
you have something? You have something?
Like so right now we are developing a lot of B2B products. So what we do is technology-based products. We license the technology, and we could not disclose, based on the bonds, we cannot disclose certain products, the commercial products which are licensing. However, like initially when we entered the market, so Dalton's was the first product that brought in me into this field. So this is the screening simple tool which I initially developed during my internship days, and later on I never thought like it will become it will be start of a new journey in my life. So I was studying in college, and with graduation I graduated with the product. I could say that. So this is a simple tool.
So this is one more example of, life begins at internship. I've seen many people, what they do in internship, they actually take it further in their professional journey also. Yeah, go ahead.
So this is a simple tool for, testing color vision deficiency. So it is widely used for camps for screening people. The traditional, existing tools are not that friendly for screening purposes. They are built for the clinical testing.
Okay.
So our product has an advantage for doing screening. So it can handle mass population screening in minimal time. So those are all the advantages. It's a simple tool, and it all started with the camps that we had. So during my internship, we used to have a lot of camps, and we had certain major challenges across us for developing these tools. The first major challenge was the existing tools which were available. They were like quite expensive and to be used only in clinics, and it was quite time consuming.
Right.
So we got to bring up a solution where it could solve. So the existing products, when they were brought into the screening protocol, what happened was like a lot of the students, imagine a classroom, and we had the existing tool Ishihara. So a person brings in Ishihara, and the children used to line up, and the screening process will go on. So what happened was Ishihara has a particular design wherein, so they use the same set of the same order of sets. So what happened was these students, kids were really awesome.
They started by hearting.
Yeah. They started they started memorizing the plates. So the
students are always smarter than teachers, and patients are always smarter than practitioners.
Yeah. Because usually, as a kid, as a school kid, they want to be in that coolest club of the class. So if someone doesn't read that book, then they will be ignored, or they'll be outbound. they'll be get in the corner, they will be bullied. So they wanted to avoid it, and to see that there are a lot of false negative cases. To solve it, we need to bring in a tool where they cannot memorize. So even if they mug up, it won't work, because we have made a design where we have used a randomized test. So for each set, each student, the plates will be completely different, and it has got a time advantage wherein within less than 10 seconds we can easily screen a spread.
Wow, it's really good.
It will take 5 minutes. Imagine taking 5 minutes for screening a color vision deficient, to find out color vision deficiency. So it will be time consumption. Time consumption is actually saved to our tool. And this book is also manufactured in such a way it can handle wear and tear in a much better way.
Can you just open and show one plate?
So it's much more, it's highly scratch resistance. So it's made in such a way that even if you try to tear it up,
it doesn't get torn.
No, it won't actually undergo any wear and tear.
Lovely. So it's all about outsmarting each other, right? And Mohan, I'm sure as a student you were outsmarting your teachers, was it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Take it. That. Yeah.
He's continuing to do that. Good.
And,
yeah. Sorry, you were saying something.
Yeah, and it's 1/5 of the cost in terms of
cost price. Also, is quite cost effective.
So we brought in a solution. We never thought like this will become a tangible solution. And other important part of it is we have added the awareness part of also. So screening the users, particularly optometrists, can
keep it more vertical, Mohan, because of reflection. Keep it more vertical. Keep it more straight. No. Your book. Keep the book more straight.
The plate.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
It was
right.
So we had certain career part.
Awesome.
Wherein they can screen the student as well as they can directly give counseling.
Okay.
They can bring in awareness. So which career to choose, which not to go. So a simple tool to identify, screen, and give awareness for color deficiency.
Amazing. So I think what I like about this is it's actually providing a solution to an existing problem. And I think that's what we all need to understand. I think that's what I also learned from entrepreneurship, that it's instead of just, thinking of business or profit, if you try to find a solution to existing problems, that is real entrepreneurship. And that's where you automatically generate your business eventually. Thanks, Mohan. I think that's quite inspiring for all of us also. And I'm sure to those people who are listening. Now I'm coming from Da Vinci, I'm coming to the Picasso. Picasso.
Hello.
Yes, we want to know a bit more about you now.
Okay, thank you, Hussein. Thank you, Special Relator, for recommending my name. Okay, so like so many optometrists, even I have completed my bachelor and master of optometry accidentally. Okay, so I never wanted to become an optometrist because I was in St. Xavier's College. It was a very big college for 1 year. Okay, and suddenly my dad told me that there is school something like optometry. Okay, so I went to the Nagar School of Optometry. We were second batch. So at that time, this college was very small. Okay, and compared to St. Xavier's. Okay, so but dad ने बोला कि उन्होंने advice ऐसे दी like arrange marriage. तो धीरे-धीरे प्यार हो जाएगा. Okay, so I joined.
और इंडिया में arrange marriage बहुत successful है भाई.
हाँ, इसीलिए. So finally, after completing Master of Optometry, I was very satisfied because पेशेंट को ट्रीट करना और उनको अच्छा विजन देना, इट इज रियली सैटिस्फाइंग. सो थैंकफुल टू ऑप्टोमेट्री फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. एंड ओके, पेरिस तो हो गई, बट कहीं ना कहीं आई वाज मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन आर्ट एंड डिजाइन, एंड पर्टिकुलरली इन ऑप्टोमेट्री आई वाज मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन डिस्पेंसिंग. Okay, so I was searching for such course of eyewear design, but I didn't found anywhere in India or not even in the world. So after completing my optometry, I did my jewelry design, 1 year diploma jewelry design. So I thought I can connect that bridge between eyewear and jewelry, so I can design some luxurious eyewear.
Wow.
But
क्या
still,
सोचते हैं देखो लोगों.
but
गुजरात से है ना, तो इसीलिए.
Amazing सोच है. Yeah. It all begins with a thought.
Gujarat and diamonds go along well, I guess.
Good.
तो still कहीं ना कहीं technical aspects वहाँ पे नहीं मैं सीख पाया. Okay.
Right.
So फिर धीरे धीरे manually यहाँ पे थोड़ा design करता था. So 2012 I started my optometry clinic and eyewear store. So at least I can do dispensing, which I was more interested. So I started my shop in Ahmedabad, Vishwakarma Vision Care. And finally, after 5 years, in 2017, I found a course, okay, which is in Italy, eyewear design. So I completed eyewear design. I did the entrance exam and all those things. So I completed in 2019. After that, I came back, and unfortunately, COVID started. So right now, I'm working as a freelance eyewear designer, and also in the evening and morning there is a little rush in the optical store, so I do my optometry practice also.
Okay.
So this is my routine. So 80% is eyewear design and 20% I am practicing as an optometrist.
Lovely. तो कुछ दिखाओ यार हमें क्या क्या डिजाइन किया है आपने. Some your favorite designs that you have done.
First, I am showing few sketches.
Wow.
So we start with this type of black and white simple pencil sketches. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And some illustration. Okay. So in our institute they give us a theme. Okay, new Gucci collection of clothes, and we have to design. We have to take the inspiration from that, and we have to design some eyewear. Okay.
Wow.
So these are the few designs. Even I made this glasses with leather. Okay, this is genuine leather with personalized signature or name, whatever.
क्या लिखा है वो?
So मेरा नाम ही है चिराग गज्जर, पर वो थोड़ा.
अरे क्या बात है. मतलब अभी अरमानी वगैरह डर गए होंगे.
नहीं सर.
चिराग आ गए.
फिर buffalo horn original. Okay. So it has its own texture, no symmetry, but it has its own beauty.
Ooh.
Then also a few wooden. Now it is very common, but yes, even I did my experiment with wooden frames also. And mainly I design for the clients. Okay, so which I cannot show it here.
Yeah.
But yes,
optometry
and as well as eyewear design.
Lovely. I mean, some of these designs are really interesting.
दोनों लाइफ में क्या किए हैं ना?
नहीं, अभी pack up retirement. Now it's अब तुम्हारे हवाले वतन साथियों.
Correct.
कुछ are you also sitting in your studio? Sachin, you are saying something? You're muted. You're muted.
Chirag, do you print your frames? Like I've seen
recently
abroad.
3D printing बोल रहा है तू?
Yes, 3D printing.
Yes. Recently, I have started designing for 2 clients. So their requirement is 3D print. So
Yeah.
they are from IAM and they want to start their own brand. So yes, I'm working with 3D print also.
Great.
Yeah, this is quite popular now. Like you can make customized frame. You can just 3D print for the patient.
Yes.
So Chirag, are you sitting in your studio?
Yes.
Clinic. Where are you now?
Design studio also, and my optometry clinic.
Wow.
So this is my design studio, and this is the CNC machine. Okay, so I can ready the prototype, how it will look on the customer face. Okay, right now I'm working with the wholesalers. Okay, but in future, yes, plan is also the customization.
Amazing, man. This is really fascinating. All these 3 guys, what they are doing, no? Really out of the box. Truly out of the box. not just for the sake of it. Lakshmi, I think we'll just take a quick pause here and have a look at if there are any comments or any queries on the Facebook comment section. Maybe Paula, you can help us if there is anything. You're muted, Lakshmi.
There is one question asking Sachin whether they can, come and take a look at your.
Yes. Like
Sachin is already in demand.
Is there any observation that you provide and all that?
Yes, we do. We have many observers who come, and then if they inspire, then they can go for the proper formal training. Like LV Prasad Eye Institute is providing fellowship in ocular ST now. So, but we welcome freshers and all the students. In fact, there are colleges like AIMS. Every year we get a set of students here. They come for a whole day usually, and they touch and feel the materials and things here. And from Amity also, we have seen a lot of batches of students. They came here and they have seen the whole process here. So we do welcome.
Great. So
And
those who want to have a look.
There's one more good comment. It's like saying, even if you're accidentally have become an optometrist, you need to become a successful optometrist. And these are the examples. So which I think is nice. Even by accident, if you become an optometrist,
accidents ही बहुत बार successful हो जाते हैं. जैसे streak retinoscope was also because of an accident. In fact, मैं भी optometry में accidentally आया.
But good for us.
Anyway, so guys, I think we'll just move across to the next few questions. See, all these things are more of arts, and of course, there is an optometry element also. But you have done optometry and then done this. So how has that helped you in doing whatever you're doing right now? What I'm asking is, optometry का जो knowledge है, वो आपको कुछ help करता है क्या to do whatever you're doing in your field right now? Maybe I'll start with Mohan first. So just give you a different order. Mohan, you got a question, right? You understood the question? Yes.
So, no, everything what I do right now has got a significant core connection with optometry.
Right. Yeah, of course, yours is more directly relevant.
Core competency has come from the optometry program which I had undergone. Like the usually has really helped me. The important aspect is, as optometrists, we are taught different things. That's what I feel as in undergraduation program. Right now at this point of time, we are speaking about data science, analyzing facts, technologies. But in our curriculum, I think it is inbuilt. We used to read the futuristic research articles. We used to give presentations. We used to read about all these different instruments, learn about the optics, learn about the consumer point of view. So all these things are brought in together. Now it is really helping me to understand the product market fit.
Okay.
Rather than a technical person, I think I have that edge only because of the optometry program which I did.
Okay, good. What about you, Chirag? How has optometry knowledge helped you?
So if I have studied optometry, it was like impossible to become an eyewear designer from Italy. Why? Because where I have done this course, it was totally in Italian language. So no English. So when I went to the institute,
so you learned Italian?
Yes.
You speak Italian?
Yes.
एक line
Seriously?
बोलो. Next line Italian में बोल.
Buongiorno. Good morning. Come stai? How are you?
Mamma mia. I just know Mamma
dedication,
mia.
man.
मानना पड़ेगा. सच में मानना पड़ेगा. Yeah, sorry, continue.
Initial 6 months, it was like bouncer. So I didn't got anything from the professor. And when there was a recess for 5 minutes, so I always ask my colleagues, what professor have told in 1 hour, please explain in 5 minutes. But I was having the advantage of an optometry because other 20 students were from the background which is non-optometry. So some of them are architect and graphic designers, but I was an optometrist. So whenever professor is telling me something, this is A size, B size, BDL. So I was able to get it easily compared to other students.
Right.
So dispensing optometry,
Dispensing का knowledge काम आया sir.
a lot. So it was easy.
Lovely. What about you, Sachin?
Hold over, man. Imagine.
हाँ यार, मतलब वो
course.
इटालियन सीखा बंदा, इटालियन लैंग्वेज सीखा, इसके लिए क्या उसका डेडिकेशन है, मानना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
यहाँ पे 3 months में बेसिक सीख लिया था, वहाँ पे ज्यादा इम्प्रूव हुआ.
मैं अभी तक ठीक से पंजाबी नहीं सीख पाया और ये इटालियन सीख के आया. Sachin, anything for you?
Yeah, I personally believe ocularisti is incomplete without optometry.
क्या बात है?
Because we have to do a lot of clinical examination. We have to have sound knowledge of ophthalmology, especially eye, orbit, adnexa, and structures, yes, and pharmacology, surgical procedures we should know, so that we can understand the socket. We can, even after the surgery, we can understand what best can be done. In fact, there are a lot of ophthalmologists when we have any complicated cases, we discuss before we plan. So especially in accidental cases, I work as a team with them. So I can suggest them like what I need. I need this kind of socket and this. So optometry is very important. The knowledge of optometry helped me a lot in this profession. So important.
Chalo, good. So all those who are listening and thinking, yaar, to main ye directly kar loon. So of course you can do some of these things without doing optometry. But if you are an optometrist already, your knowledge, your experience in optometry will only add to this particular domain. तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि मैंने 4 साल में क्या किया. वो 4 साल का भी फायदा है. Whatever you have invested, whatever you have studied, learned, understood in 4 years will be useful. Knowledge कभी waste नहीं जाता, right? सचिन, एक कुछ ऐसी stories बताओ, कुछ ना कुछ तो हुआ होगा ना यार, इतने patients देखे, you've seen so many patients. So anything that stuck to you, anything that you remember, you know, कि यार मेरे साथ ऐसे हुआ था एक बार, and you want to share with us?
Stories तो बहुत है, लेकिन एक story बहुत close है मेरे. It is around 3-4 years back. There was a person who was flying from US to Delhi, and he's working with the government of India. They are actually reviving Nalanda University in Bihar. तो उसका presentation था जो हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स हैं और इन सब के साथ सैटरडे को इंडिया हैबिटेट सेंटर में. एंड ही इज अ प्रोस्थेटिक आई वेयरर. फ्लाइट में शायद वो अनकंफर्टेबल था, उसने अपनी प्रोस्थेसिस निकाल के फूड ट्रे में रख दी एंड देन ही स्लेप्ट. तो केविन क्रू ने लिया और उसकी टेबल क्लियर कर दी एंड दैट प्रोस्थेसिस वेंट टू द ट्रैश बिन. I got a call in the morning, early morning from it was a American number, so I thought it's a prank call or maybe कुछ गलत है, तो मैंने call pick नहीं किया. Around 9 o'clock I got a call from some people, probably they are from government, कि ऐसे ऐसे है, इनका process बनना है urgent and you have to cancel your all appointment because he's a special person. तो मैंने बोला कैंसल्स तो मैं अपॉइंटमेंट नहीं कर सकता, डजंट मैटर कि कोई भी हैं, बट क्योंकि पेशेंट्स दूर से आते हैं. जब उनको मैंने प्रोस्थेसिस बनाया, ही वाज सो एरोगेंट. ही सेड यू मेक द प्रोसेस फॉर जस्ट 3 days, आई विल यूज इट फॉर 3 days, आई हैव टू प्रेजेंट इन फ्रंट ऑफ योर प्राइम मिनिस्टर एंड देन आई विल गो एंड आई विल गेट इट डन इन यूएस. आई विल कीप योर आई एज अ स्पेयर आई. तो कुछ नहीं बनाना तो था ही मुझे, दो इट वाज इंसल्टिंग. मैंने प्रोसेस उनका बनाया, इट वाज अ ब्लू आई, और मैंने कोशिश किया कि मैं जितना अच्छा बना सकता हूँ अपना बेस्ट एफर्ट देके. आई ट्राइड माय बेस्ट. मैंने प्रोसेस उनको बनाया, उनको लगाया, एंड देन व्हेन ही सॉ हिज प्रोसेसेस ही टुक few minutes to digest what he said. He really loved the processes and he said this process is better than the older one.
क्या बात है.
And he invited me to come and join that session.
Wow.
और बाद में he came again after 6 months to get another processes made by me. So I felt very honored कि like मैं उनके लिए कुछ अच्छा कर सका. And this story is always कि उन्होंने हमें इतना अंडरस्टिमेट किया कि like पता नहीं इंडिया में इतना अच्छा काम होगा नहीं होगा. So this story is very close to my heart.
I mean, we are also proud कि हमारा देश का नाम रोशन कर दिया यार तूने. And I think when someone says that, you know, I think we should take it as a challenge and show what we can do.
Yeah.
We can
we are
do,
capable
yes.
of doing. Should take it as a
Yes.
challenge instead of taking as whatever else. कि यार ऐसा है, insult of taking as whatever else. कि यार ऐसा है, insult वगैरह. ठीक है, okay, you think like this about us, we can show you what we are capable of. So thanks Sachin, देश का नाम रोशन करने के लिए और हमारा ऑप्टोमेट्री फ्रेटर्निटी का भी नाम रोशन करने के लिए.
अभी देखो
Definitely.
चिराग इटालियन भी बात करेगा,
अभी
अरमानी से ज्यादा
चिराग
अच्छा
इटालियन में
फ्रेंच
बजाएगा.
भी बनेगा अभी.
So any similar, not similar, but any stories from Chirag and Mohan that you remember you want to share with us? You're muted, Mohan.
One first.
Go, Mohan.
So there was an interesting episode where I had to meet few of the dermatologists. So they are completely, although we are in the same medical industry, they are into completely different field. Dermatology, they deal with the skin,
Right.
the grading. They used to have certain instruments. They use dermatologists use minimal instruments, but they are most needed instruments. So they have to do grading for these various skin conditions. They need to grade rashes, all these things. And at the meantime, we were discussing. We were actually working on our own product, kind of a slit lamp based product, a portable slit lamp product, which we were designing our own custom optics. The advantage of these custom optics is that you can actually go further in magnification. Usually when you see use the table mount slit lamp, if you closely observe the iris part in layman terms, you could actually appreciate the beauty of the iris, while giving the maximum magnification. And we were building a product where we actually built a custom filter and a custom optic as an add-on to the slit lamp, where it could actually grade it and it could magnify furthermore. And we were doing it for our own processes. And while discussing with this dermatologist, they were actually in need of certain magnification tool, to grade their skin conditions,
Right.
to grade it for different skin conditions.
Correct.
And they were actually searching for a particular magnification tool with that particular filter, which could help them grade their rashes in that type that they actually require. So that was their demand, and they were actually spending a lot of budget on that. They were searching for people, and I came to meet them, and I thought we are also developing a filter. Probably you can see if it is working for you, then probably you could utilize it.
Correct.
So spoke to them, and I brought in the filter, and to my surprise and to their surprise, it was it actually solved the problem.
Oh.
Our ophthalmic tool, which we have built for our own particular process, is solving an other industry problem.
Oh, that is innovation. That is innovation.
Took this license as an agreement, and we have been their technological partner, and they are licensing their internal products with that. And they were totally surprised, and they were asking me "Are you an engineer?" No, I was not an engineer. Who are you, man?
I'm an optometric engineer.
Yeah, because India has the academic core of engineers. They were asking what do you do, and they said optometrists, and they explored who are these optometrists, and they started liking it, and they really wanted to have good collaboration with optometrists in future. So they want optometrists help to be a use case to collaborate with the dermatology industry.
This is really amazing, man. Interdisciplinary collaboration. And now the other disciplines will come to know more about optometry and how much value we can add in, other disciplines as well. I think this is what we need to do so that people understand the importance and relevance of our field outside the current domain as well. Cool, man. Mohan. Awesome. Chirag, कुछ याद आ रहा है?
ऑप्टोमेट्री नहीं, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट एक इंसिडेंट मेरे साथ बना था इटालियन को लेके, ओके, लैंग्वेज को लेके. सो व्हेन आई third day when I went in the office, okay, so pomodoro means tomato, okay, and pomeriggio means afternoon. So by mistake, when I went in the office and I told them bon pomodoro, so acha tomato. बोलना था born from region. Okay. तो मैंने गलती से बोल दिया कि अच्छा टमाटर
अच्छे टमाटर।
बोलो। तो वो लोग इतना ऐसे ओके बट आई एज अ इंस्पिरेशन ओके ज्यादा से ज्यादा दे विल लाफ
हंसेंगे ना, हंसने
आदत तो होने वाली है नहीं
Yeah.
तो दे वर कोऑपरेटिव ओके और वेरी काइंड सो फिर उन्होंने मुझे वहां पे ही समझा दिया कि कौन रीजन एंड कौन ये डिफरेंस है सो ये एक इंसिडेंट था और इंस्पिरेशन बिहाइंड दिस डिजाइन सो in optometry practice or in any optician okay when customer is coming at the shop they always say that मेरे फेस पे कुछ सूट नहीं होता है ठीक है एक और दूसरा बस इतना ही है कितना भी स्टॉक आप रख लो इतना ही है so I decided that if I can design a unique frame or personalized frame for each and every customer or who demand something tailor made okay and second inspiration is मैंने रिसेंटली एक मूवी देखी रॉकेट बॉयज सीरीज ओके सो
ओटीटी पर है ना वो?
हाँ सोनी लिव पर हाँ ओटीटी पर सो होमी बाबा वेंट टू द टाटा दैट आई सीइंग दैट सुई से लेके साइकिल तक हम इंडिया में कुछ बनाते ही नहीं ओके सो दिस वाज एन इंस्पिरेशन कि आई वांट टू मेक एन आईवेयर फॉर इंडिया विथ गुड स्टैंडर्ड्स and attractive designer frames because we maximum import from China, Italy, other countries. Okay, in India, yes, we have a good acetate eyewear frame manufacturer, but in other segment we don't have. So this is my dream and inspiration that I want to design and
बनाएंगे, बहुत बनाएंगे हम। सबसे पहले एक काम करेंगे, मोहन का फ्रेम तो डिजाइन करके भेज उसको एक नया।
पक्का।
Good. So, guys, Paula, I just want to check if there are any comments or questions that we can take now before we move across to the last part of the last segment of the session. Any questions or any comments there on Facebook? Because I can't see it.
I've gone through English.
Yeah.
There's only Apurva Turakia is saying another Sachin making us Indians proud.
क्या बात है, वाह वाह, अपूर्व फॉर्म में आ गया एकदम। Apurva is also making us proud in Goa.
I know, exactly.
Okay, good. So just coming to the last part of this interesting session, and anything you can think of as a prerequisites for whatever work you are doing. मतलब क्या होना जरूरी है in that professional to be able to do well in your fields? Who wants to go first? Maybe Sachin, you can go first. Yeah. Can't hear you, Sachin. कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रही है माइक में? नहीं। नहीं। हाँ अभी बोल।
Hello.
हाँ, yeah.
Okay. So if you want to be an ocularist, the first most important thing is you should be a good artist. Like you should have a good knowledge of drawing and arts and paints. You know, even after completing my optometry, I did a diploma in modern arts from Delhi University, so that I can learn. Yeah, so that I can learn about the color mixing, about the strokes which we do when we are painting the irises. So that was really helpful, and there was a very funny part.
Nilesh, you know, हमारे बस की नहीं है यार।
नहीं, मुझे तो नॉर्मल ड्राइंग भी नहीं होती, तो मेरा तो ये सवाल ही नहीं था। No way.
आप मुझे अलाउ करो, I'll share a very funny moment कि मेरी उस क्लास में क्या होता था जब मैं इनिशियली जाता था, तो जो मेरे टीचर थे वो मुझे एक न्यूज़पेपर देते थे और वो बोलते थे कि आप सर्कल बनाओ। So 90 मिनट्स मुझे केवल सर्कल्स बनाने थे। आफ्टर 15 डेज मैंने बोला सर बोर हो गया, मैं सर्कल बनाते, अभी क्या करना है? He said अभी लेफ्ट हैंड से बनाओ।
सर कल बनाऊं?
नहीं, उन्होंने बोला आप लेफ्ट हैंड से बनाओ। एंड आफ्टर 15 डेज उन्होंने बोला दोनों हाथ से बनाओ। तो इनिशियल 2 मंथ्स मैंने केवल सर्कल्स बनाए। मेरे लास्ट 15 डेज था कि जो मुझे सर्कल्स बनाने हैं व्हाइट पेपर पे, 45 डेज के बाद मुझे व्हाइट पेपर मिला सर्कल बनाने के लिए, और उसमें ये चैलेंज था कि जितने सर्कल्स बनेंगे वो सारे सेम शेड के होने चाहिए, सो दैट यू कैन कंट्रोल योर प्रेशर व्हेन यू आर गिविंग स्ट्रोक्स। सो यू वाज ट्रेनिंग टू जस्ट बैलेंस योर प्रेशर ऑन योर हैंड व्हेन यू आर पेंटिंग, व्हिच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, जो मुझे उतना डीपली नहीं पता था कि pressure भी बहुत important चीज है. And he said क्या
लेकिन
paint 4
वो अभी काम आ रहा होगा ना तेरे.
बहुत काम आता है. आपके पास paint 4 number brush हो या 000 हो, आप उतना ही thin stroke दे सकते हैं just by controlling the pressure of your hand.
Wow.
So art and creativity is very important if you want to become an ocularist. ये बहुत important है.
So guys, Mohan and Chirag, you want to add to this? Art, so definitely, because all your field have some form of art. More, anything over and above you want to
I
add?
think, so as optometrists, we would have learned a lot of things. But in addition to what we have learned, which is quite amazing, in addition to that, like certain elements of engineering skills, if we can acquire it, maybe a course program, or maybe you can visit a few of the companies who are dealing with instrumentation, or you should have that creativity well balanced with elements of design in coherence with the optometry knowledge that you have. If these three things comes together, then you will have a product which can solve the problems of the market. Awesome. So for doing that, I think certain elements of engineering skills, young people out there, like they can usually imagine and go beyond learning a lot of things, a lot of futuristic technology. Like right now we are living in the world of metaverse or the virtual reality world. Maybe we can think of collaborating. How can space science could correlate with optometry? How can certain elements of you could not believe, like the certain of metallurgy is a unique department where where they use metals. They use certain tools, and components of that tools will actually be helpful for our developing our own products, and vice versa. So you could literally imagine anything and connect everything with optometry. That's what you do, and you have to have that creativity or the design aspect, and you have to think beyond certain elements. You should not restrict yourself to the core. You should think beyond, be it the virtual reality or be it space science. How far there's a saying like the future of humans is in the Mars. It may sound crazy, but maybe one day we could end up in Mars, living in Mars. That's my belief. That's my personal belief. It could be crazy right now, but right now, future you cannot think much beyond. Anything could happen. So how could a person set up a clinic in space? Forget about Mars, but if you land up, the lunar missions are currently going on. So can we do something inside space? How far we could be helping doctors? We can put a lot of medical doctors into space, and can we bring in a solution? How does the instrument react in space? How does it react in vacuum? These are the unique thoughts that we have to think. And if you are thinking, and if you are able to visit the core other industries, probably I think collaborating with all these things, and we will have wonderful products, and optometries can do wonders. So that's my belief.
So I think it's time to leave the planet, at least for me now, because these people are thinking at some other level only. So many Chirag, you want to add anything to this, or?
No, Nilesh was just smiling. So I knew that he was like, Manme, he was telling, this is not my talk about. One is artist, never. Second is engineer, never.
अच्छा हमारा पहले हो गया काम.
Correct.
अभी आते तो competition में we wouldn't have survived.
Yeah. I don't think we would have survived in this world.
Chirag, you want to add anything to what we just discussed? Anything that you need to have to be able to be successful in this field? In these fields?
Good skill of new software. At least start learning basic design software, because future is computer and design. Okay, and start thinking in 3D. Okay, so right now we are as an optometrist only think about A size, B size, DB. Okay, start thinking what is the thickness of this. Okay, think about this 4 mm, 6 mm. So start thinking in 3D. So it will help a lot in design and technical aspect.
Wow.
So these are the major things.
So just we have a few minutes left. अगर कोई सवाल है तो ठीक है. Otherwise, I'll just come to the last question. So I think there is a comment which says that industrial packaging or design as a subject will be great value add in the optometry curriculum. Yeah, it's a good suggestion. Not sure how much you can add to the existing curriculum, but yeah, some way if there is, a small topic, a short topic, that might help. In however small way, at least like basics to motivate students and create a spark in their thinking and creativity. Yeah, agreed. Apurva. Form mein aa gaya, Apurva. Good. So yes, industrial. Any other questions or comments we have, Lakshmi? Can you see? I can't see because that's why I'm asking.
No, I can see. No, nothing else, Nilesh.
Wonderful.
Oh,
So just
I want to
Sachin
add
wants to say.
something.
bol, Sachin, bol.
Yeah, I got an idea after Mohan's talk. Like, if you allow, I can propose something here.
Bol na.
जैसे उसने बोला मार्स पे, like I thought Mars tourism. So there can be an optometry tourism in India.
Definitely.
We have a medical tourism where the people come to different country, they get the treatment, and they get the chance to travel.
Correct.
We have a farmer tourism, so people go to the farms, they stay there, so they're working and they are doing traveling also. So I know maybe there will be many optometry students, they love traveling. Maybe something can be arranged for them, they can go to the rural areas, so they will be working and they will be traveling. So they will be traveling to those areas, probably that will be sponsored by college or by some organizations, and at the same time they will be doing screening over there where they don't have any eye examination reach. So it can be optometry tourism also.
So thanks, Sachin, for bringing this up. In fact, I have some experience in this already. So not in a very organized way, but when this is almost like 15 to 18 years ago when I was at Bharati Vidyapit, we used to actually go to Konkan, right? The coastal areas of Maharashtra, where our students and faculty, we all used to go for a week or so. And through the day, we used to do screening, and we also used to distribute spectacles. And evenings, we used to have fun and visit places as well. So in a way, we have done that, but maybe as you're saying, we could do it in a more organized way at a larger scale as well. And I'm telling you the experience that the students had, and even we as faculty had, phenomenal. We still remember those days because we learned so much. Students had so much exposure to different kind of patients. The patients were so happy because they were actually, they were given an eye test, they were given spectacles, they were treated well. And it was also, outbound activities and things like that. So overall, it was a great experience, optometry-wise, life-wise, and coming together in a community.
Maybe OCI can be a mediator between the
why not?
corporate CSR and students, like they can provide
Absolutely
grants for optometry tourism.
Paula was saying something up. Suddenly she popped up and
I know.
she raised her hand. Pata nahi kya hua. Bolo, Paula.
This Sachin's this recommendation reminded me on Nilesh sir, aapka bhi example. Lotus has something like this. When I was in Lotus, they have a student faculty exchange program. So इसमें क्या होता है कि they take a batch of students to Paris. फिल्म होता है. So वहाँ पे their dispensing is very good. So the students who are more interested in dispensing, they go there, right. They learn. And वहाँ पे वहाँ के जो बच्चे हैं उनको यहाँ पे, because वहाँ पे उतने cases देखने को मिलते नहीं हैं. So they come to India, right. They attend camps and also that's like an exchange program, but something like this is very innovative and
right. So we can actually make it, a larger project and more formal and more organized project and have more people involved in that. So thanks, Sachin, for putting it up, for raising this. We just have maybe a couple of minutes left. So I'm just going to quickly move across to three of you. If you have any message to those who are listening to you right now, this is your time. This is to inspire people. You've already inspired them, but this is one last time.
You want me to? Yep, I'm okay. So I would like to pass on one message which was given to me. There was someone who said, whatever you do, be the best in that. You should know how to sell yourself in the market. Optometrists, doctors, lawyer, chartered accountant, these all are just license to sell yourself. See, you are in the market. You have to be the best. If you will do best, you will definitely do good with your life. You will earn good amount of money. You will have good lifestyle, quality of life. So same suggestion, doesn't matter you are a cobbler, tailor, optometrist, doctor, whoever, be the best. Be the best.
Good. Thanks, Sachin. Chirag, क्या कहना चाहोगे?
Simple. Follow your passion, and you will find that bridge, that way. And yes, whatever knowledge you have received, it will always helpful. So follow your passion, what you love. Bale arranged marriage, but okay, and find that.
So, convert arranged marriage into love marriage.
Yes.
ये बहुत लोगों के काम आएगा, not just optometrists. Mohan, your message.
I think to be curious, ask a lot of questions, look at the world beyond your core competency, look beyond, look at Mars, think beyond. Imagination is free. There's a saying like, dreams are free, but the journey is not. And if you are willing to put all your passion, your hard work, your commitment, your willingness to do, your desire to achieve, and nothing should stop you. I think every human has the unique superpower. And as optometrists, everyone, we are in the world of multiverse, where each optometrist has unique superpowers. So they should be their own superhero for their own superpowers. Utilize it, and nothing should stop you. And bring on different things. Bring a solution which can totally transform the world, the way which we think, and bringing products that could solve problems not just for a small population, but to the entire masses. And we could totally achieve it. All this needed is that we need to believe it. And if you believe, you can really achieve. Nothing could really stop us. We can move beyond boundaries, and we can do fantastic jobs.
Lovely. So our Da Vinci is becoming our optometrist's Elon Musk. I'm seeing you on Mars in 2 years, man. I don't know why. I can visualize you there already. Awesome. Thanks so much, Mohan. Thank you, Chirag. Thank you, Sachin. I think you guys have been phenomenal and really, really inspiring for all of us as to what you guys are doing. I mean, and the difficulties you face in early life and how you overcame them. Like Sachin has actually attended a course in designing or art. Chirag had to learn Italian. That is like the next level of difficulty. Mohan is facing so many challenges with optometry and interdisciplinary things going on, and current instrumentation and how you can develop different or better instruments to solve the problems that we are having. This is really, really inspiring. And trust me, now, even after being in the field for such a long time, looking at you guys, I feel a little bit envious that why did I not think about this? But you guys are thinking. That is more important. And looking at you, probably there will be more people who will start thinking different things and be more innovative. Yeah, Mohan?
I think when we were students, we should really tell, like, when we were students, we were sitting and observing Nilesh, Lakshmi Shinde ma'am, our own college professors. It could be Dr. Anuradha, Dr. Kashima, Dr. Rarisvana, Dr. Krishna Kumar. I think at one point of time, like, you people really inspired us into this, indirectly or directly. So I need to add this at this point of time.
And trust me, and I say that on behalf of Lakshmi and all the other people you mentioned. If we have even 0.1% of involvement or role in whatever you guys have are shaped up, we are extremely proud of achieving that, even if it is 0.1% of role. If we feel that we have contributed that much, I think we have done justice to what was bestowed upon us. So thanks, guys.
And I think all you guys will be inspiration for a lot as well.
Absolutely.
Like you say today, some students will say about you guys in the future.
Absolutely. So thank you so much once again. Keep up your great work. Continue innovating. Continue doing different things. and stay in touch. And just one request from my side, if any young optometrist approaches you, please deal with them nicely. Please give them a hand. Please show them the right direction. That's one thing we all, I think, owe to the fraternity. Ek cheez please karna. Treat any young aspiring optometrist nicely and give them the direction that they need. Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.